Stella maphepha isikhathi sethu esihambile.
Maphepha tinokumbira uye nguva yapera. Tinokumbira maphepha yese. Uyai nemaphepha. Amaphepha. Sicela amaphepha phambili ngapha.
witness akakhangele abhaliweyo aletha abhaliweyo angaletha ngabhaliweyo
ayabamba noma ukamera ngichasimele fine sabasara sure ukuthatha kuphika impahla bezizini inikana kodwa wathatha ngofufu it's live
Hello. Sicela i-order sihlobo sami esithandizwe ngegazi likaJesu.
Nginokumbira unyararo.
Sicela laba bangemuva kwami ngapha.
Bari kumashule kwanguku.
Beze ngapha phambili sesiqalisa umsebenzi wethu. Oyiwo esiwumele lapha.
Ratawinga phano.
Siyacela ngomusa ukuthi lisuke ngapho ngemuva.
Nenyasha zaMwari.
Lizabuya libuyele futhi ngemva bani sesiqede umsebenzi nawo kufanele
libuyele.
Siyabonga.
Tinotenda.
Sicela ukuthi lize ngapha phambili ngokuthula.
Sinokhumbira nguyemberi nekunyararo.
We have to check up the one.
Thank you very much. Guys, finally,
Pembe. Come sitting at Pembe. Pembe. At sitting. Return ground.
Yeah, if you want to debate me, it's okay. I don't want to preempt the decision of the president of the elections. Yes.
Mr. Gutu, we understand that the party's logo has been changed. What is the new logo?
No, the position is you guys, you want to preempt. There has not been any presentation of the new logo. Maybe it will be done. You are here, I think just wait. Just wait and see for yourself. We are going to get to that stage where there's going to be a presentation. It's not a changed logo as such. You know, it's a judged up logo. You know, it's like fashion. We used to know that long back, my belly bottom, you know. Men used to have those bell bottom trousers. Now if you wear bell bottom, they say, you're looking funny. You have to wear those, these tight fitting whatever trousers. So, I mean, we have to move with the times. All I'm saying is, just wait until we get to the stage where you will see for yourself. Let's not jump the gun.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
We'll revert.
Just one thing.
Yes.
Should you be elected, or should this MDC go forward into election, do you think the ruling party will allow you to be, should you win? Do you think they will agree to the results should you win?
No, I don't know. It's difficult, but look, we are on a roll. I mean, you can see, I'm sure we've shocked a lot of our detractors. Just look at the numbers. Just look at the thousands of people who have turned up here at very short notice. This extraordinary Congress has been run on almost zero budget. All these people are seeing here, they've come from their houses, their homes, using their own resources, just to show their commitment to the principle of constitutionalism. So we say, from now onwards, we're now going to work on the election manifesto, we're going on a campaign trail, and we're confident of winning. And we believe that if we win, obviously we should be allowed to assume power. If the ruling party doesn't allow us to assume power after winning, I believe that there are relevant organs. There's the SADC, there's the AU, there's the UN, to look into that. After all, President Mnangagwa himself has said, look, these are going to be free and fair elections. So we are holding him to his word. Let the elections be free and fair. And look, he has promised us that they are going to be free and fair. And we hope that he says what he means and means what he says.
Thank you very much. We will revert to you.
Tichadzoka futi ma-t-shirt awe. Kuna watu wangu 6 hapa.
ukhona omunye umsekeli wakhe
abaphano umthebezeli wa
ngizacela ukuthi laba abanye abangane bami bebeseceleni mbijana
kumbila ukuthi zimwe shamwari zangu zibe parutini zishoma
bengabe lokho besinyenyezela
asabe bachingoti nyenyezela
ngesikhathi kungacina sokuthiwa sesirigile
zvinozo nzitakuiriga
sibalekela lo libalelo ukuthiwa yikuriga leli
zita riya ramunoziva rinobva kuzano nonzi kuriga
mina kalimfanelanga ngoba litsheliwe kwathiwa ngingumfundisi
ina harina kundifanira ndokuti ndiri mufundisi munhu wechokwadi
kulezi zokuriga angikhathana nazo
so zvokuriga izvi hayi wandakasiyira zano
ngileshuwa naye usecretary wami uzathatha umoya engilawo
ndine chokwadi kuti sekretary wangu achatora moya wandini
ngizabe mbonisana naye ngiseduzane khona lapha anawunsa impumela ephumileyo
ndichange ari pedo neni tichidaidzira zvabuda
kumpumela le ephumileyo ngicela ukuthi liyemukele injalo ngoba yiyo ephumileyo
zvabuda musarudzo yamasarudza imimi mutokumbira muzvigamushire ndo zvamasarudza
ngiyabonga kakhulu lo interpreter wami uyakwanisa ukuthi ezwisise into engiyikhulumayo
ndinotenda zvikuru kuti interpreter ari kuziva zvandataura
inkosi yomsimbusise
mwari amuropafadzi
right we go yonder now
takuenda mberi
sizaqhubekela kathesi secretary wami please
takuenda mberi
ngicela uthathe umoya engilawo
tona mweya wandinawe ni secretary
uveze kuhle impumela njengokuyibhala kwethu
ubudise zvakanaka sekunyora kwataita
siyabonga inkosi yomsimbusise secretary wami
toenda mwari wakuropafadze
ngiyakuthanda
ndinokuda secretary ndokufarira zvikuru
ndichona njani
maswera sei.
All right, for the position of president of the MDC-T,
president of MDC-T,
we had only one nomination,
and
that is Dr. Thokozani Kupe. Accordingly, accordingly, Dr. Thokozani Kupe is the duly elected president of the MDC-T. Dr. Kupe. All right, for the position of vice president of the MDC-T,
vice president, Dr. Kupe.
Yes, we had only one nomination, and that is Advocate Obet Gudu. Accordingly, Bakutu is now the official vice president of the MDC-T.
You are the official vice president of MDC-T. Zimbabwe now.
All right, so we'll deal with the role SG later. Let's start with the chairperson, national chairperson. Sorry.
National chairperson.
Right, the national chairperson, there was only one nomination. And that is Mr. Abek Nico Bebe.
National chairman of MDC-T.
Accordingly, from today onwards, the national chairperson of MDC-T
national chairman
is Mr. Abek Nico Bebe. So for the position of Secretary General, we had two nominations. Mr. Nikadzino and Miss Nomvula Mkuni. Miss Nomvula Mkuni has declined the nomination. Accordingly, Mr. Nikadzino is now the Secretary General of the
Nikadzino, Secretary General.
For the position of Deputy Secretary General,
Deputy Secretary General,
we had only one nomination,
Tangaji Chungwane wani chete.
and that is Dr. Samuel Hadebe.
Ndi baba Dr. Samuel Hadebe.
And accordingly,
Na izvozvo
Dr. Samuel Hadebe is now the official Deputy Secretary General of
Dr.
MDC-T.
Samuel Hadebe ndivo Deputy Secretary General.
For the position of Treasurer General,
Mubati wehomwe yemari.
there was only one nomination.
Kwakuine munhu wani chete.
Ngubaba uChief Ndlovu.
Ndi baba Chief Ndlovu.
Ngokunjalo,
Naizvozvo
ubaba uChief Ndlovu is now the official Treasurer General of the MDC-T.
baba Chief Ndlovu ndivo Treasurer General mubati wehomwe yedu MDC-T.
All right. For the position of Organizing Secretary,
Pachinzvimbo chaorganizing secretary
there was only one nomination,
kwakuine nomination imwe chete.
and that is Voni Musarurwa.
Ndi baba Voni Musarurwa.
Uye ke
Voni Musarurwa.
organizing secretary we-MDC-T.
Ndiye organizing secretary we-MDC-T Zimbabwe yese.
For the position of Deputy Organizing Secretary,
Deputy organizing secretary
nomination iyodwa,
nomination iwani chete.
ngubaba uAlfred Ncube.
Baba Alfred Ncube.
So ubaba Alfred Ncube nguye sengu-Deputy Organizing Secretary we-MDC.
Naizvozvo baba Alfred Ncube ndivo Deputy Secretary.
Right, for the position of Information and Publicity Secretary,
Information and Publicity Secretary.
umuntu ongeneleyo ngumama uLinda Masarira.
Kwapinda mai Linda Masarira.
Deputy Information and Publicity Secretary,
Deputy Information and Publicity Secretary.
ube ngubaba uKhaliphani Phugeni.
Ndi baba uKhaliphani Phugeni.
Right, sesiya kubomama.
Takwenda kunana mai manje.
Ubomama uNational Chairperson wabomama.
National Chairperson wamadzimai.
Uvotelwe ama-provinces wonke.
Wavoterwa nemaprovinsi ese.
Akula province athi Decenter ngumama uGonyethi Dorothy.
Ndimai Gonyeti.
Ngumgcinisihlalo wabomama.
Ndiyo baba National Chairperson wabomama.
Secretary General we-Women's Assembly.
Secretary General we-Women Assembly.
Lama province wonke avumelene ukuthi ongenayo ngumama uLinethi Mudewe.
Ma province avumelana ukuthi Linethi Mudewe
Nguye umama osengu Secretary General we-Women's Assembly.
njo Deputy Secretary General.
Do Secretary General we-Women's Assembly.
Ndiwo Secretary General weyana mai.
Right, ku-Youth Assembly.
Ku youth vechidiki.
Information esilayo ukuthi you are yet to,
Because Ncube ubula.
but at the same time for the position of SG,
Pachinzvimbo cha Secretary General
there was only one nomination
pabuda nomination imwe chete
evunyelwa ngama-province wonke.
yabvumirwana pamwe nemaprovinsi ese.
Leli gama ngu-Isabel Monzora.
Ndi Isabel Monzora.
Ngokunjalo umama uIsabel Monzora sengunobhala jikelele wabontanga be-MDC-T.
Naizvozvo Isabel Monzora ndiwo mabharani vevechidiki.
Siyabonga.
Tinotenda.
Siyabonga ngicela ukuthi sichaye izandla njalo nathi.
Tinotenda tinokumbira kuti tirowe maoko.
Ngiyabonga uSecretary wami.
Tinotenda mabharani wangu munyoni wangu
Ngoba ngiyakholwa ukuthi kazange erige.
nokuti haana kana kuwedzera mbichana.
Ngibe ngikhangele lami.
Andakatarisa kuti anozoti uda muna kusvitsa 51%.
Kodwa ke njengomsebenzi omkhulu kangaka lisiphe wona.
Andise basa guru ramatipa.
Akumelanga siphonge uchiulenga.
Atingasiyi uri mumhepo.
Ngoba kulabanye abavela le abanye bavela le abanye bavela le.
Kune vamwe vanobva uko umwe achibva uko.
Ngibe kuyisicelo sami.
Changa chiri chikumbiro chako.
Esokuthi yonke le iteam
chokuthi chichese chikwata
ekuyibo sibile sibavoteleyo lamhlanje
variwo vatavotera nhasi
ngibe ngifisa ukuthi besukume beme lapha nje phambili
ndangandichushuira kuti vamire panapa mberi
phambili wenu
mberi kwenyu
la ndibone phela ukuthi livotela abantu abanjani
muone ukuthi mavotera vanhu vakadiko
ngesikhathi lijayele ukubabona emaphepheni
udawonge majayela kuonera kumaphepha
kodwa lamhlanje ngicela ukuthi libabone ke laba bantu
nasi ndokumbira kuti muwaone vanhu ava
ngiyakhumbula kwelinye ilanga kuyena le viki ephelileyo
nginokumbira khamune rimwe zuva viki yaphela
abantu abami bathi bona
vanhu vakati
sibe sibona uthokozane khuphe ku-TV
uthokozane kuphe mu-TV
lamhlanje abantu abaninxa bekhona lapha ngifuna bembone
nasi vana vangu kana vari pano ndoda kuti vavaone
bengamboni ku-TV
vasavaona pa-TV
ubaba ubhebhe bayamuzwa ubaba ubhebhe khuluma kakhulu kwenye iradio engingeke ngichaze ngebizo
ababhebhe vanonzi vachitaura zvikuru
lamhla ngifuna bembone lapho
nasi ndoda kuti vavaone nemaziso
yes labo beyabona yes uyabuza lapho mfowethu uthi kade njengoba beyouth kuthiwe kuze icongress
ari kuvunza uchiniki ukuthi sezochinzi kuchaitwa congress
thina ke sithi labo kababuye bebonakale phela
isu tiri kuti ngavauye vaonekwe
bona labo okuthiwe khona bazakuba yibo
vadzivo vachava ivo
yebo phela ungabe usecretary wami
mabharani mnyori wangu aripi
woza ngokushesha
Deputy Chairperson we-Youth Assembly
mutezeri wavo
kube ngubaba uMthokozisi Ncube
ngibaba uMthokozisi Ncube
sorry isiMqondisi Moyo
Mqondisi Moyo ndiye deputy wa sister Masaiti
right okay right secretary kube ngu-Isabel Monzora
kuti mbiri yamambo kunyangwe pakasumuka tsvimbo dzevenyika ino pano sumudza yake ishanduke imedze dzevenyika yatinorarama Davhidhi adanwa kumafuro baba makaratidza mbiri kuti muri mambo unoera panyika uyai baba kune vanoramba kuti murandakadzi ungatungamire nyika iyi asi kana zvanga zvakanyorwa kudenga kuti nhasi zuva rinoti nhasi uye rinoti nhasi rokudenga achabata basa iri chiitai sezvo ndimi mambo watinoshumira uyai baba uyai tora basa mutakudzei basa nokutungamira varanda vose naivava vanomuteerera ndavacheta paruoko rwaishe ndikakumbira chadzira chakatungamira masikati vaichengetwa negore madekwana vachichengetwa nerimi remokoto chengetai varanda venyu pakurwiswa patika yatinorwa nechikara tinonzwisisa kune matare mabhinya nevapanduki nevamwe vakaunda kune rimwe basa vane zvinangwa zvekudeura ropa panyika asi mambo wandinonamata unotyisa Davhidhi wakataura muchafamba pamupato womumvuri worufu vatendedzei baba vana vatsike pane zvinoruma asi havangarumwi tinovonga mbiri inoera nyasha dzamambo dzigare pano kubva zvino kudzamara panopera basa iri muzita raJesu haleluya
siyabonga hayi umsebenzi saqhubekela phambili phambili mina owami umsebenzi uphelela lapha
basa rangu nilaphelela pano
kodwa uyaqhubekela phambili njengoba sitshile ukuthi bazasitsho ukuthi bangobani angitsho
asitshangirira mberi
sesivela kudla
kana takubva kunodya
inkosi yomsilibusisi
alavene maprofafazeni
siyabonga mfundisi mtshayela umfundisi izandla ngibone ngani abanye benu lapha selilokhu likhangela phezulu into zesikhiwa zilithatha amapikitsha lingakhangeli uzaba ibhare ungabulokhu ukhangela phezulu kuyabe kuthatha ipikitsha ususesaba khonapho ya
lezwechirungu izvi
right I would like to welcome
nyamungela
Jinja Mayitiro
Jinja
Guqula Izenzo
Guqula
ngicela liphambisa izandla phezulu angiziboni ya ezimbili ya ezintathu ya chisa pamatisa izandla zikopana chisa pamatisa Guqula Izenzo siyabonga ngicela lizijayele izandla ngomsebenzi omuhle. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I just want to thank officially. There is the diplomatic community amongst us. And I can safely recognize the two, Britain and America. So, can I invite them up the stage for a congratulations for a new team? Can I invite them to the stage? Thank you. Can you lead, please, ushers? Can you lead them up, please? Can you lead them up, please? Thank you very much. Right. Nxa kulomunye bakithi ayinokuthi enceku ngaba lomunye ngumeqileyo. Kana alipo ngwandasiya. Namba bakithi. Siyabonga kakhulu. Siyabonga bakithi. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I am told it is the Dutch embassy. The Dutch embassy. Yeah. Right, sesiyaqedisa umsebenzi sengigoqa umsebenzi.
Akuphedzisa basa.
Abanye babejayela ukuthi ngu-organ.
Abanye bayajayela ukuthi organ.
Manje kathesi sengingusiphathamandla libhasombe manje. So libhasombe kathesi. Sesifuna abantu abahloniphayo kathesi. Sesifuna abantu abahlonipha abanye kathesi. Sesifuna abantu abahlonipha i-constitution kathesi. Sesifuna abantu abahlonipha ilizwe kathesi. Sesifuna abantu abahlonipha amabandla abo kathesi. Yeah. Kathesi bakithi ngicela ukuthi njengoCharlemagne ibanga elilandelayo lilandela ukuthi bakithi ke ngilethulele phambi kwenu inkokheli zenu ezilizigetileyo. Ngizaqala ngomama upresident, ngifose ngathi vice president kodwa namhla sithi hey honor Dr. Thokozani Kupe.
The vice president.
Can you stand on your feet? President. That's your president.
My president.
Also kusele ukuthi siyesebenza.
Sasala kuti tinde tinoshanda manje.
Ngidele ngo vice president ubaba uGutu.
Khothelela mthelezeli wawo.
Nangu ubaba vice president bese siyasebenza.
Baba Gutu awa.
Yeah. Bese sithi lonke kathesi bengiza ukuthi lisukume.
Yothi imimeze ndani kathi musumuke.
Bese lilandela ngamthanza la. Right. Bese silandela ngobaba laphana.
Uya baba.
Akubuye ngapha mfana ekhaya.
Uya ibaba.
Ngapha mfana ekhaya. Hayi bese secretary general kuyafuze simphakamise ngoba ngese simgqokise iskipa. Ngese simgqokise uphawu. Nguye ufuna ukuthi ngimvumele kuphela.
Atompekeza kare.
No slogan but greeting. Tell them your full name the way you want it to be pronounced. So that there is no doubt. Guqula Izenzo. Thank you, Chair, for allowing me to speak and to greet. My full name
ibizo lami
is Nixon
nguNixon
Nyikadzino, also known as
owaziwa ngokuthi
Comrade Mao.
uComrade Mao.
Thank you.
Ngiyabonga.
Ile kade lidinga lelane lesibili leliya.
Wena nani tichaga lesithuwini.
Comrade Mao elika Nixon leluniki. Niki angila problem.
Nyikadzino aliziwa.
Deputy Secretary General.
Deputy Secretary General.
Ulo baba uKhadebe, baba Khadebe.
Una baba Khadebe.
Babonana. Akelilungisela isitulo uKhadebe tuzani kona bendaweni yakhe. Baba Khadebe. Baba Khadebe. Ngicela ke phela hayi wena ngiyakwazi. Ngiyakwazi wena umuntu engikwaziyo kuloko kuthiwa musamukele Khadebe.
Ngiyokuzwa ukuthi mnozi.
Ngicela kuphela ubingelela kuphela kodwa lo ngiyamazi kuhle.
Balonzi samukele Khadebe.
Chisa mama chisa.
Chisa.
Makhuphe oye.
Oye.
Linjani Zulu kaNjaba.
Aphinda.
Ngiyabonga.
Yebo.
Uyabona ukuthi laba ama secretary mbasondezeleni phambili.
Ngiyabona ukuthi banyoni into abaswedezela
ngenzela ukuthi ngantshe umhlangano babhale kuhle ama minutes.
Wanokwanisa kunyora zvosina kutaura.
Mbasondeze eduze kwami sonke isikhathi.
Izvo ndichifana kuwaswedeza pasi.
Ukwenzela ukuthi bangapheka ama minutes.
Ndoita kuti vasabika ama minutes ekubika.
Hayi ngiyabuya. Right, ngilandele umama lapha.
Ndithebe namayi phano.
No, not umama.
Na ikhona mayi.
Hayi kade sasafuni babuye phambili. Abantu ababamba imali ba dangerous. Ngicela ubaba uChief Ndlovu.
Ndoda baba Chief Ndlovu. General. Ubathi wohombo emari.
Bamsizandla babingelela abantu nangu baba uChief Ndlovu.
Baba Chief Ndlovu.
Siyabonga bakithi. Ngiyabona indoda le yikho igqoka isuthi iqhakathekile.
Bona baba ndizwa bakateka suthu.
Uqalise ngendlela right.
Wathangene nzile yakanaka.
He has managed to organize all the t-shirts that you are seeing here. So he started on a very right foot. So sisuka sizaba lama t-shirt including our own visitors. We are going to shower them with t-shirts. Right. Bese nsiya kuba organizing secretary.
Organizing secretary.
Vuvu. What tell a little story of organizing secretary. I need to hand over officially because I got a national organizing secretary. This one is called my organ, my organ. My organ, my organ. My organ, my organ.
My organ wangu ndikusiyila basa
ukuthi asebenze umzimba lo uzubohle.
Ndoda ukuthi asebenze emuyini ubudzike.
Njengo organizing secretary.
Sa organizing secretary anoshanda zikuru.
Ngifuna ukuthi ahlale phansi kwamanje.
Ndoda ukuthi ezilogare phasi.
But I will have to hand over to him.
Asindishaka phasi lipamthemo.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I will call you forward and then you take over your job.
Ngizakubiza usuthatha umsebenzi.
Right, Deputy Organizing Secretary.
Deputy Organizing Secretary.
Right, Alfred Ngube.
Alfred Ngube.
Yeah, Alfred Ngube ngomunye angicela uphakamisa izandla kuphela. Ngizalinika umsebenzi wenu. Siyabonga. Bese ngisiya ku information and publicity.
Information and publicity.
Kunomunye umama lapho hlale Harare.
Kunamayi banogara ku Harare.
Ayizinkani umama wakhona.
Bane naro
zakana. Ufuna amadoda.
Andinola
abantu abafazi vele kabamisi. Uthi yena ufuna amadoda. Uthi ufuna ukuyilahla phansi indoda. Bakhulumi uyalayezela. Kuthiwa nguLinda Sisilili. So Sisilili I'll give him. Kuthiwa nguMamoyo. Athi liyakwazi umama bakomoyo bayachaya amadoda. But ngenxa ukuthi ngu-information and publicity ngizamnika chai slogan alitshele isibongo sakhe ngani siyangihlupha
information and publicity
ngicabanga ukuthi ngumsarurwa abanye bathi ngumsariri but ngifuna ukuthi aliqambe exactly kwezethu lingalikhohlwa
ndoda ukuthi bathawure sezazwile sitarawo
salibonani machinja
ngiyatshaba kuba lapha la ngilofara kuba phano leniwo
ibe Ibizo lami ngulinda Tsungirai Masarira.
Linda Tsungirai Masarira.
Dinofara kuwapano tichizoshanda tese tichibata tese kuti tibvise ZANU PF kubva pachigaro
Siyabonga. Right, omlandelayo ngicela ukubiza ubaba uPhugeni. Naye abuya akakhuluma kanti kathi silo uyabe tawura sesifuna khulume sondela phambili baba. Aha. Ngicela la ukuchaya islogan ubikele labantu.
Azinayo wacha slogan.
Chinja. Maitiro akho.
Ja.
Ukula.
Senzo.
Chisa mbama chisa. Chisa mbamba chisa. Chisa Bulawayo chisa. Chisa Masingo chisa. Chisa MDC chisa. Niapila.
Mugapenyu here.
Ni right.
Azi makamurira nani here.
Ni retu kudlumnangakwa.
Azi makashikadziria kudlumnangakwa here.
Nyamsava.
Azi nomutka here.
Sesimdlile.
Tatomudya kare.
Kwela makupe kwela.
Sumuka makupe sumuka.
Kwela makupe kwela.
Sumuka makupe sumuka.
Sani winile ni.
Abantu abakhulumayo labo kuthiwa ngosipokisi bathiwa ngosipokisa mina nje acha islogan nje ahlale phansi. Ngibe sengisiya kumama iGonyeti.
Ngakuyida kunama iGonyeti.
Chairperson of the Women's Assembly. Cela usukume khonapho nje weve mama. Siyabonga mama. Ngibe sengisiya kumlandelo wakhe usecretary
kumthebezeli wabo.
Laba ngizama ukubiza phela abathi bebizwe phambili lapha ngumboni kathi
kwenza kudayidza abangabadayizwa phanomberi.
Secretary General, Women Secretary General.
Secretary General Bunyori Mai. Yo uya ari kuya.
Nango onguye obhalela omama.
Uya ari kuya ndiye munyori mkuru anonyorela
amai. Uyabona ke. I know you are Lynette. But I want you to say your full name.
Sitarenyu rakazara.
Ndinonzi Muzvare Tendai Lynette Mudewe. Chinja
Lynette Mudewe.
Lynette Mudewe. Maitiro ako.
Chinja.
ZANU maitiro ako.
Chinja.
Vasingadi constitution maitiro enywa.
Chinja.
Pamberi ne constitution.
Pamberi.
Makupe. Makupe
oye.
President
oye.
Tinotenda kuti amai vachatichengeta. Amai ndivo vanochengeta.
Umama muyotinayo.
Chinja.
Right, amayouth.
Echidiki.
Abancane qalo secretary wakho ngicela libuye phambili. Uya.
Bapharani wacho echidiki ngabemberi.
Sokuzima lapha.
Bazakurema phanapa.
Kukhanya ngani agenda lapha ifuna ukuqedisa umsebenzi. Asazi ngwazi mina ngizabona.
Ukuqedisa basi.
Right. Chairperson of the Youth and the Secretary General.
Chairperson echidiki.
Same height.
Vakangoinzana.
Same smile.
Vanongosekerera zvakafanana.
So I don't know who is going to slogan here.
Ndisuti ndiani achataura slogan manje.
Mina ngifuna ukuyenza lesindebele.
Ya, hanzi ndoda kuita nechindebele.
Chisa mboma chisa.
Chisa
mboma chisa.
Chisa.
Amandla. Nawethu.
Amandla.
Ngizwe omunye lapha ekhuluma esithi indlovukazi kumama.
Hanzi ndazwa ukuthi mambokazi ndimai.
So mina sengindlovunkazana.
Hanzi ningaba mambo msikana.
Ibizo lami ngifungai Masaiti.
Hanzi zita langu ndinifungai Masaiti.
Chisa mbama chisa. Chisa makupe chisa. Chisa makupe chisa. Matumai waye. Matumai waye. Ayundi waye. Ayundi
Can we see the what I'm saying is,
how many years does she have in the party? How many years? What I'm saying, how many years does she have in the party? What does the constitution say? From the national leader is what is block voting and no. Leader witness, I open the constitution for you. No. Let me open the constitution for you.
Who's leader?
We are fighting for constitutionalism here.
We have for constitution.
My argument is Linda is not even an MDC member. Okay. She is Tajamuka, that lady. She's not an MDC member.
Okay. It looks like they want attention. Let them get all the attention.
Yeah, we can get it. We can get it. And we are even going to tell our province to do not
denounce this shit. They play with us.
Who was the cause?
We don't know who imposed that Linda. Yes. From where? She's not even in the city. Why is she nominated for MDC-T? How can you just pick from the
How can you speak on behalf of MDC when you're not even MDC?
And we as our province, we didn't nominate.
When did she join the which province are you from?
South Africa province. We didn't nominate it.
We nominated.
Who was nominated?
We nominated Pugen, and we never even had Pugen.
Two nominations in front. That's ridiculous.
So you are saying it was vice?
Yes. Now they've deputized.
What's the way forward now?
No, they need to solve this issue. Because we're here for
Nomination is not election. So you come from South African province and put for your own information. I come from Johannesburg.
No, you didn't come.
Isn't?
Yes,
Fisher, I'm going to show it to me.
Don't even know you.
Which brother are you? And who's your chairman? Who's your chairman? Who's your district chairman? Who's your district chairman?
When you tell South Africa nominated to Puken, I know him. There is Sakura. When I
nominated.
Do you know me? Do you know me?
Why is it you don't know?
Do you know me?
You don't know South Africa.
Start by appreciating the invite to this gathering and observe all protocol. Is that speaking from the context of paralysis, I would like to say our perception is that the problems of our people is not ZANU-PF and it's not MDC, but it is institutionalized tribalism that we need to deal with. And we all have to deal with it. Our parties must not be used as weapons of carrying it to the people. We congratulate you for this conference. I'm happy that for the first time I'm seeing an MDC that has one vice president. If you are doing the right thing, But if you're doing the wrong thing, goodbye from Jala.
I've got a very good friend of mine. This good friend of mine, I don't know how their politics. We are coming from a long way. Sisi bakachana kakhulu. Singamsizi isebenzi. Lapho elimazile khona. Simtshova umngane. Eseselekane saqinile. Simtshova waze wadilile. Amongst us we got a delegation from PRC. PRC People's Rainbow Coalition. People's Rainbow Coalition. And the delegation is led by President of NPP, PDP. PDP. My friend and only friend. Lucia Matthew.
Bukula!
Izenzo!
Izenzo!
Bukula!
Aoibo mama aoi! Aoibo ntanga aoi! Aoibo baba aoi! Sanibonani! Ngithanda ukuzehlisa phambi kuka Madam President Kuphe
phasi pamayi President Kuphe
neteam yawo yese
team yakhe yonke
phano ndauya ndakatungamirira
lapha ngibuye ngikhokhele
inonzi high powered delegation
kuthiwa high powered delegation
yathumwa na Mrs Joyce Mujuru
ethunywe ngumama uJoyce Mujuru
uthungamiri we-Rainbow Coalition
uthungameli we-Rainbow Party
People's Rainbow Coalition
People's Rainbow Coalition
inema political parties 5
ilama political parties amahlanu
kune Dare kune Zunde
kune kuthiwa iDare
kune Zunde
okunye kuthiwa iLima
kune PDP
kune PDP
kule NPP National People's Party
kule NPP National People's Party
and we have got our own Zimbabwe economic freedom fighters
silama abalweli bempi phakathi kwethu
saka takamira pano se delegation yatumwa naamai namai Mujuru nditi makoroko
kuthiwe umama uMujuru uthi amhlophe
vanzi namai Mujuru ndikutaurirei kuti
nditele ukuthi
zvamaita izvi
endikwenzileyo lokho
maro vashumba nepama saka totokwinya vadikani
ndazokumele sifinyele
ndatumwazve kuzotaura kuti
ngithunyiwe ukuthi ngizekhuluma lokho
zvinenge zvaakuda madzimai mberi
sokufuna umama phambili
ndikanzi ndikutendei madelegates eMDC-T
kuthiwa ngindibonge lonke amadelegates awe-MDC-T
nokuti pamutungamiri
wechizinika umthungameli omlungile ongumama
tinonzwa kudzirwa zvakanyanya
sikhuthumana kakhulu
vana baba musazvisora
obaba lingazisoli
men of quality are not afraid of equality
obaba ugodo abayesabi lutho kulingana
saka vanokudero tinoti makoroko.
Maloko sitamtope.
Asi handinangogari pasi ndisati ndakandawo shoko rangu randinoziva.
Ndinganepokuhlala pasi ndingazange ngitika nditi zviname endaziyo.
Zvandinoziva mudzimai wamasarudza pano.
Engwaziyo kuti umama ndimuketireyo lapha.
Mukadzi wakashinga. Ndinoziva kuti masarudza munhu pano.
Ndingakwazi kuti ndiketi umuntu lapha.
Wokuti kana mukati horuno.
Ukuthi ndingati eke.
Unongozorora mapedza zvamati tinoita.
Uyapinda ngate ndiketile nokondeteni.
Chikumbiro changu kwamuri
isisero sami kini
mutsigirei musikana
nimsekele kakulu mama lo
mutsigirei mutungamiri wenu
mama lo
ndopedzisira ndichiti
ngokuthi
paugere ipapo ingotarisa ari padhuze
neopotezikona kangeno seduzani lawo
umutaurire kuti tiri kugona zvakanaka ende we are in the right we are in the right direction. Chakanaka zvisingambobviri. Amene aona sono vati vakapfeka majombo maita zvenyu. Thank you very much.
Manje ukuthi labafazi balala begqoka amajombo ngoba nani sebegqoka amajombo. Angisokuthiwa ngama-50-50 kuthi ubaba uyalala egqokele ka-right umama elika-left lokhu begqoka amajombo. Right, I have got a special presentation, a special introduction that I should make, but I will make it at the end. We have got a guest of honor who is coming from Malawi, and I'm going to introduce her when time comes. I want you to guess who that guest is. Yeah, so because you don't know, you have lost a t-shirt. Because this t-shirt was meant to be given by one who is going to guess. So the draw is called off.
So I draw a circle.
Right, we are having presentation by the president and the vice president. I will start with the vice president. But these presentations are going to be in honor of women and youth. I know some people are now saying, but what is happening? But this is what is happening. Right. Instead of calling forward Mr. Kutu as the vice president, I will gladly and with dignity, I want to call upon Mrs. Opeti Kutu to come and present on behalf of Opeti Kutu. She is going to give us a speech on behalf of the husband. You know, it was a Vice
President.
Mrs. Kutu, can you come and give us a short, precise, eloquent speech on behalf of Baba? I'm asking you to come and give that speech in Sindebele. Umnandi berada kulaba. Women and youth. Masambasiya.
Masamba achinja amahlamvu section. Ifiya khona isingeyinye.
Ngiyabonga mama. Bengicela ukuthi usinike ispeech nje usikhulume nesindebele kwe right.
Kwanzi bathi tawurire nechindebele mayapha. Anzi nachivuka ukuthi sorry.
Alright. Siyabonga, hayi asevumile lilalele wacha.
Waphuma. Waphuma mayi. Guqula izenzo. Guqula izenzo. Izenzo zakho. Guqula. Chinja. Mayitiro akho. Chinja.
Angisoze nginike speech lapha.
Andikuphi speech pano.
Mina ngimazi ubaba uGutu njengomkami kuphela.
Inintinozi yombaba uGutu semrume wangu chethe.
Okwe politics lokho ngizatshela kuye.
Je politics izwe azinodayo wona waGutu.
Yes, ngizamtshela ngifuna ukulibonga kuphela.
Ndolaka ukuthenda ichethe inini.
Ukuthi limufake khonapho.
Ukuthi mabatsikira zvikuru mukakwiritsira.
I know him as a very hard-working person.
Njengomuntu osebenza kakhulu.
Who's unshakable when it comes to principles. Yes, he's a very passionate social democrat.
Umuntu owazi kakhulu ngedemocracy.
He's a super patriot too.
Yeah, umuntu. Buya.
Hayi kuthiwa ngumuntu olimela kahle ilizwe lakhe, olithandayo iZimbabwe, othanda iZimbabwe.
Ngilitshelile ukuthi ngiyamazi mina njengomkami. He's a very committed father and husband.
Hayi kuthiwa ngubaba ngempela othanda imuli yakhe.
And he also loves this country very much.
Uyayithanda leZimbabwe kakhulu.
Ngiyabonga.
Ndinothenda.
Before you go back,
ungakabuyeli mama.
Before you go back, ungakabuyeli, stand there. Mr. Gutu.
Baba uGutu.
Please come forward.
Uyanini phambili baba.
So that unkosikazi amnikele kithi ukuthi sengowethu lathi.
Ukuthi bathi phile maya bakuthi babedu nesuo.
Thank you.
Kuti baba mayi bedu nesuo.
I want to present
ndikuda ukuthi ndikupheyi
Mr. Gutu to you.
Baba Gutu kwamuri.
So that we can share. Mabasa awa bachaita nini?
Imsebenzi abazayenza lani.
Maita yenyu.
Notenda. Baba Gutu.
Ilizwe. Amanja. Gukula. Izenzo zako.
Gukula.
Izenzo. Gukula. Chinja. Maitiro kwao. Chinja. Maitiro kwao. Amanja. Thank you very much. Ndinotenda shukuru, ngiyabonga kakhulu.
Uthi yabonga, ndinotenda shukuru na baba.
Andina mashoko akawanda
amazwi amanengi afuna ukwakhuluma.
I don't have many words to say other than to thank
ngaphandle kokuthi abonge lina lonke.
To thank the congressional delegates of the MDC-T.
Abonge lina ama-delegates lonke be-MDC-T.
To thank the newly elected leadership
abonge laba abasanda kukhethwa ungene ofisini
led by Dr. Thokozani Kupe.
Bekhokhelwa ngumama uKupe.
This is a great and historic and momentous occasion in not only my personal life, but also in the history of the party. As the MDC-T, we've always said that we should strive to maintain and uphold and respect the principle of the rule of law and constitutionalism.
MDC sihlala lonke sithi sifuna ukuhlala sigcine ukulondolozwa komthetho econstitution.
Njenge-MDC sithi sifuna ukuthi silandele njalo sithi silondoloze ukugcina kwe-constitution nokulandelwa komthetho.
You realize that all the greatest nations of this world, on this planet Earth, they are countries that respect constitutionalism, they are countries that respect the rule of law.
Nizobona njalo linanzelela ukuthi amazwe wonke aphumelelayo njalo aqinileyo ngamazwe ahlonipha i-constitution. Where there's no respect for the constitution or for the rule of law, there's anarchy, there's violence, there's chaos, there's disorder. Makungalandelwa i-constitution kunakhona okasekuqambile ukudlwangudlwangu ulimazana nakufa. The cornerstone of any nation or any country that wants to develop, whether economically, politically, or socio-economically, it has to be respect for the rule of law, love, peace, solidarity, and empathy. Isisekelo selizwe elifuna ukuthi liphumelele ngokuhlalisana nangoko-economy elifuna ukuthi konke nje kuhambe kahle. Yikulandela umthetho. Chinja maithila kwawo gukhula izenzo zakho. Today has marked a very beautiful occasion where all the MDC cadres from all corners of the country, from the Zambezi to the Limpopo, from Malipati to Tamandai, have gathered here and to say to not only to all Zimbabweans, but indeed to the whole of the world, to the entire human race, to the entire humanity, that we respect constitutionalism and that we are prepared to do whatever it takes to abide by the constitution of our party. Namhlanje libonise umhlaba wonke ukuthi lizolwela ama-values enu. Lizolwela namalungelo enu ngokuthi lize lisukela kumagumbi amane wonke aweZimbabwe lizohlangana lana lizomela indaba yenu. This is not the end, but just the beginning of a long road toward the total emancipation of Zimbabwe from the rule of people who don't respect the rule of law, who don't respect the constitution, people who are corrupt, people who don't care for the interest and the welfare of the majority of the people of Zimbabwe. Umsebenzi nkhani uqala manje ukuthi silwela inkululeko yethu, sithathe ilizwe lethu kulabo abangahloniphiyo umthetho, abangahloniphiyo amalungelo abanye abantu abayenza into zobudlwangudlwangu. We have drawn a line in the sand to say that as the MDC-T, we want a country that is going to bring development, that is going to bring love, that is going to bring peace to everyone regardless of race, color or creed, regardless of ethnicity, regardless of gender, regardless of region. Sesijamukile. Asisavuma ukuthi kuthiwe umuntu ngeke abuse ngokuthi ungumama onoma usuke emathebhelelendi. Sithi umuntu wonke akabuse ajajwe ngecharacter yakhe hayi ukuthi uphuma kuphi. Chinja maitiro yezoko. Nasi tataridza isu se-MDC-T kuti vanhu vose takafanana. Hazvina basa kuti unobva kucholocho, hazvina basa kuti unobva Hwange, hazvina basa kuti unobva kuBeit Bridge, unobva kwaMurewa, unobva kwaGutu, unobva kwaMutoko, unobva kupi zvako. Vanhu vese veZimbabwe tiri vanhu vamwe chete, one Zimbabwe, one people, one nation. Namhlanje sibonise umhlaba wonke ukuthi uKalpan Pugeni la engaba ngupresident weZimbabwe. As I'm looking at you, I don't see Ndebele. Njoba ngilibhekile angiboni uMndebele. I see a comrade. Ngibona
I'm looking at you, I don't see a kalanga. I see a comrade. As I'm looking at you, I don't see a Zezuru. I see a comrade. As I'm looking at you, I don't see a Samanyika. I see a comrade. As I'm looking at you, I don't see a Mkorekore. I am seeing a comrade. Amanda. Ndafara chaizvo kuti nasi pa National Standing Committee yedu yama selector yama elector nasi.
Ngiyajabula ukuthi standing committee yeni national elikhethileyo namhlanje
ine vanhu 15.
Inabantu abangu 15.
And out of those 15 members of the National Standing Committee,
there are 7
women and 8 men. So when we talk about gender equality and gender mainstreaming, we mean it. We are not just saying it for the sake of pleasing the people. You have seen today with the leadership that you have elected, 7 women and 7 men. There is no other political party in Zimbabwe whose top decision-making body has got that level of women representation.
Congress ezayo lizame ukuthi omama babe ngu8 obaba noma bangaba ngu5 ku right.
We are confident that in the next few days when we present our manifesto, it is going to speak to the issues that affect our daily lives, what I call livelihood issues. People want jobs, those who want to open companies, those who want to farm out there in the farmland. They want to be capacitated to be successful farmers. Our children want to go to school. Our nurses want to be reinstated. Our hospitals have to be equipped. And we have to have Zimbabwe go back to where it used to be, the jewel of Africa.
Nizoyibona manifesto yethu ukuthi idlule ezandleni zikaMama ngokuba imisebenzi yeza, amanesi ayabuyela emsebenzini, amadokotela azohola kahle, hayi nisazohlala kahle lina bantu.
We don't want a Zimbabwe where almost half of the population is in the diaspora, in Namibia, in South Africa, in the United States of America, in Australia, looking for jobs. We want our Zimbabweans to be here with us, developing their motherland, developing their fatherland. Gukula.
Asifuna abantwana bethu who are exiled, exiled behlala eSouth Africa kubo Botswana nakuphi kuphi. Sifuna beze ekhaya sihlale njengemdeni esiyaziyo.
And as I wind up my speech, let me once again take this opportunity to thank you most sincerely for electing me Vice President of the Movement for Democratic Change T.
Ngiyazibongela ke ukuthi nami sengingu Vice President.
Ndatenda zikuru.
Ngiyabonga.
Twalumba. Zikomo. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Vice President. But he's not a vice president. He's a deputy president. Okuhluphayo ukuthi sesajala ukuthi vice.
Zinonetha ndothi ajayela ukuthi vice.
Vice yabo Pastorek man.
Vice inosunga zikuru.
Deputy uyaxegisa kancane.
Deputy anetha ukuthi zinyeke
abantu ababophaya amakhanda bawazwisise.
Wanosunga I'm sorry abo hayizwisisi.
Right, sengicela kathesa andinithesi funa ukuthi ke singene sifake omama phambili amayouth phambili. Ngingakasukumisi kathesi Madam President.
Ndisathi ndasumudza mayi president.
Ngisukumise mina namhla.
Andikabasumudzini nasi.
Ulo mntanakhe.
Vane mwana wavo.
Umntana lo ubese South Africa efunda.
Mwana wavo uyangari ku South Africa achidzidza.
Kathesi useqedile.
Iye zvino apedza.
Useligqwetha.
Avanoya.
Usesebenze Harare.
Akushanda kuya ku Harare.
Angisela sure le law firm ayisebenzelayo but I know he's working in Harare.
Andichazivi ukuthi aroshandira firm ipi eno asiya vanoshandira ku Harare.
Kodwa phela lingakhohlwa ngusibare futhi.
Musakangana kuti hayi muramu futhi.
Ziyakhipha phela kithi lapha. Zikhangele futhi ukuthi naye buya phambili ngapha ziyakhipha
futhi kana chuya pana pamchaona kuti
ngicela ukubiza uShamiso Kupe akwenze nisebenzela umama
ndona kudayidza sister Shamiso Kupe ukuthi bazothukudzira president
esabuya phambili lapha kule jeep uABV 4436 ivalele ezinye uhamba ekhipha imoto yakho
azi ABV 4436 mota yakavarira vamwe panze
le Ford Ranger uADL 9192 ivalela abanye
ne Ford Ranger ine number dzataurwa nzi yakavarira futi vamwe ngainobviswa pagate.
Thank you very much.
Tinotenda.
Siyabonga.
Kukula.
Izenzo.
Izenzo.
Kukula.
I greet you all in the name of democracy and in the name of a new dawn and new beginnings, all protocol observed. I am here today as a proud citizen of Zimbabwe, a proud registered voter, a proud woman, but most of all, I'm here as a very proud daughter. Today is the day when all the hard work, blood, sweat, and tears pay off. Today is also the day when the glass ceiling is shattered and what was once impossible is now possible. Most of you know my mother as Dr. Thokozani Kupe, a fearless, strong leader. But I know her as mom. I know her as the woman that worked long hours at the NRZ and worked hard to put me and my brothers through school with no complaints. I know her as the woman that would balance being a mother and a politician at the same time, no matter how challenging it was. I know her as the woman that fought cancer fearlessly and won without breaking a sweat and showing that the battle was hard. I know her as the woman that juggled putting me and my brothers through university while fighting cancer, studying towards a PhD, and working hard as the Deputy Prime Minister of the country, all at the same time without complaining. I know her as the woman who, if it was not for her, I would not be standing in front of you being the lawyer that I am today. I know her as the woman that taught me that in life you must stand for what you believe in and what is right, no matter what people do to you or say to you. I learned strength and courage beyond measure from my mother. As a woman, she taught me to say that if they say it is impossible, never give up. Be the first to do the impossible. With this, it is my honor and privilege to present my president, our presidential candidate for the upcoming 2018 election, and a woman about to make history, my mother, Dr. Thokozani Kupe.
Thank you very much, my lovely daughter. Honorable Dr. Jessie Kabwila, our guest of honor, the Deputy President of the Movement for Democratic Change, Mr. Obed Chaurura Gutu and his wife Tendai Gutu, Honorable Abednego Bebo, the National Chairperson, Mr. Nixon Nikadzino, the Secretary General, and all leadership and delegates at this auspicious extraordinary Congress of our party, the diplomatic community, civil society, and other political parties, notable Umtwagazi and PRC, and other political parties represented here today. It is with profound humility and a great sense of honor that I accept your nomination for President of the Movement for Democratic Change. 26 years ago, I was the Secretary of the Zimbabwe Congress of Trade Unions Women's Advisory Council, going door to door into companies in what was then a relatively thriving economy as we built and sharpened this labor body to confront government more directly over working conditions. In those years, I closely worked with my departed president and comrade, Dr. Morgan Richard Tsvangirai, who at that time was the Secretary General of the Zimbabwe Congress of Trade Unions, main wing, and I was then the Secretary General of the Zimbabwe Congress of Trade Unions, women's wing. Coincidentally, he became the president of the MDC-T, and I became the deputy president of the MDC-T. So that's how long I've known my departed president. May his dear departed soul rest in eternal peace, which shall forever, which was popularized by sheer hard work, determination, service, and sacrifice. Our memory is that of our champion because his vision lives on. Today we stand together on this historic Stanley Square in Makokova, on the edge of a historic crossover to our long-held dream of a new Zimbabwe. This venue is special in the history of this country, as giants like the late Father Zimbabwe, Dr. Joshua Mkabu Nkomo, and others stood on this podium and defined the struggle of generations through a leadership consensus which knew no color, no creed, no sex or tribe, age or religion. The struggle for generations is what has led us to this famous and yet humble town of Makokova, to make our footprints and the sands of the time as those who heeded the call to build a leadership consensus which will carry forward with the broader aspirations of our people. Let me state categorically that we make no apology. Let me state categorically that we make no apology about calling to order those of our comrades who have hijacked our party to further their goals in political expediency at the expense of the general populace who make this movement for democratic change such a glorious organization to call home. We meet at a time when most of the people have no jobs to feed their families and to send their children to school. A good education is the only heritage we are able to give our children. The government must not stand on our way in carrying out that responsibility. The health sector is in shambles, and the government of the day has further worsened the situation by firing all nurses who engaged in industrial action to demand a living wage. We need to understand that it is the government's responsibility to provide quality health care to citizens by providing standard infrastructure like hospitals and clinics. At the same time, it is government's responsibility to take care of health workers. Our doctors and nurses are professionals who deserve a better living wage because they also have families to take care of. Our constitution gives Zimbabweans the right to demonstrate peacefully, and we cannot have a government that takes away that right from any of our fellow citizens. In other words, we must not allow this government to find an excuse for abusing our health workers on the basis that they work for a critical sector that saves our lives. We refuse to be made to fight with professionals who are facing the same economic hardships that we face. All workers in Zimbabwe deserve better salaries, including nurses. We meet at a time when most of us who are poor in the rural and urban areas are facing hunger and starvation on a daily basis. Zimbabwe is suffering from an economic collapse caused by the ZANU-PF government. In 2013, the ZANU-PF-led government promised more than 2 million jobs. They promised to provide food, medical care, education, and other social amenities. 5 years later, we have actually witnessed a decline in the jobs that we had. Further to that, social amenities have declined from the standard they had reached during the inclusive government. It is indeed now clear for all to see that the MDC-T was the good governance factor in the inclusive government. During the inclusive government, we witnessed economic stability and improvement in people's lives. What we have seen after the 2018 elections is growth in corruption and other vices caused by an insensitive government. There are no drugs in hospitals. We are witnessing big numbers of school dropouts. Unemployment is about 95%. The economy has been informalized. Those who still have a job cannot get access to cash and the banks. Our roads have become impassable, especially in the rural areas. Hospitals have become deathbeds, and yet our government is not showing any concern. We have gathered here today as to reboot our plans for turning around the fortunes of our country. The able leadership you have elected today will deliver the change you want in government, because it will usher in a new trajectory, in a new culture of doing things. It is no longer business as usual. This Congress is the beginning of our dreams and hopes. The new government, led by the MDC, will focus on broad-based economic empowerment that will ensure that people have got jobs. We want decent jobs that will ensure that all of us put food on our tables, can take our children to school, can afford decent health care, and have access to clean water and alternative sources of energy like solar power and biogas in rural areas. This government will put more effort on industrializing the economy. Zimbabwe is highly informalized, with more than 6 million people in the informal sector. Almost everybody in Zimbabwe right now is in the informal sector. And yet informalization does not facilitate capital accumulation. We want the formal sector to work. We want to create jobs. We want people to have decent salaries so that they are able to have a better life for themselves and their families. This government will focus on sincere re-engagement with the international community. This government will focus on bringing the much needed foreign direct investment. An MDC-led government will seek to join the global world and play a part in order to ensure every citizen has a country they are proud of. Zimbabwe is blessed with natural resources: gold, diamonds, coal, methane gas, chrome, platinum, iron ore. And the sad reality is that we have absolutely nothing to show that we are a rich country. When I look at all of us, I'm supposed to be seeing diamonds glittering in our eyes. I'm supposed to be seeing gold glittering in our eyes. But what is it that we see? We see poverty, 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 and poverty. My government will seek to exploit these resources for the benefit of all of us through value addition and beneficiation. In 2013, Zimbabweans across the political divide passed a new constitution into law. Central to this constitution is the principle of devolution of power as the government model and a means of empowering elected representatives to make decisions on how best their communities can exploit resources in their localities. This constitutional provision must be implemented in the letter and in the spirit in which this constitution was written, based on the dictates of our constitution. It must be used as a key of unlocking the value of our natural resources in a way that benefits local communities. Timber in Lupane must benefit the people of Lupane first and then the nation. Diamonds in Marange must benefit the people of Marange first. I will go further to state that respect for constitutions does not just start at government level, but within the political system. clarity begins at home. MDC was founded on constitutionalism and the rule of law. No one can truly be a proud member of our party if they cannot respect their own constitution. Constitutionalism is the blood of the party. Democracy, the bonds that it stands on. And our values are the flesh to this body we call MDC. We therefore cannot, at any time and under any circumstances, be seen to be violating our own party constitution. ZANU-PF and its representatives long tore the national constitution and threw it into the dustbin. Other political formations have also done the same to their party's constitutions and yet want to be given the national constitution. We stand in the gap and we must never ever allow our country to be ruled outside the constitution. And at the same time, we must never ever allow our political parties to be ruled outside the constitution. This Congress is therefore our clarion call to us to entrench constitutionalism and democratic principles. As the Congress theme highlights, we must return to our founding principles and values of peace, love, tolerance, and solidarity. These values are sacred and in themselves denounce the use of violence on any person for political gain. I implore you as members of the party to demand of these values from ZANU-PF and from those among us in the party and in the opposition camp, so that they respect constitutions and they adhere to the values and principles of those political parties. Let me be clear that as your leader, I have zero tolerance for violence and hate language and lawlessness. As your servant, I shall listen to your advice with the leadership endorsed today. I am confident I will not fail you. These men and women who have accepted your nominations are of great caliber and will carry your mandate to deliver a new and better Zimbabwe. We shall hold each other accountable to respect both the party and the national constitution, and we urge you to do your part. We stand for a leadership consensus premised on the ideals and principles of our constitution, and we will not fail you. As you are aware, we are less than 3 months before the holding of national elections. We have a lot of work to do. We need to win this election. We are going to begin a process of nominating candidates for the House of Assembly, Senate, and councillors. Campaign will begin in earnest. Let us all put our shoulders to the wheel and get votes out there, because we are the MDC, a party of excellence. The Bible says, if God is for us, no one can be against us. And I would like to say this today. God is for all of you gathered at this extraordinary Congress, and no one will be against us. May the Lord Almighty bless you all. May the Lord Almighty bless Zimbabwe. May the God Almighty bless the movement for democratic change, led by none other than Dr. Thokozani Kupe. I would like to take this opportunity to call upon a great sister, a colleague, in the struggle for democracy, in the struggle for the emancipation of women. She is a woman of courage. She is a woman of stature. And this is none other than Dr. Jessie Kabwila, the chairperson of the SADC Parliamentary Forum, Regional Women's Caucus, the chairperson of the Women's Caucus in the Malawian Parliament, and MP for Salima Northwest, and she's also the publicity secretary for the Malawi Congress Party. She is our guest of honor. She traveled all the way from Malawi. But before she speaks, I would like to call all the women who were elected today, so that she sees that this party is gender sensitive, and we have adhered to the 50-50, gender equality issues. Can all the ladies please come forward? The Deputy President, Honorable Gutu, initially alluded to the fact that out of the 15 standing committee members, we have 7 women and 8 men. This is a great achievement which we will always cherish. The girl power is coming. While we are standing here, we would also like to take this opportunity to remember the mother of the nation, Mama Winnie Madikizela Mandela. She is one woman who inspired most of us. And today, we are here to also celebrate her life. This is why you are seeing all these women. Viva Winnie Mandela, viva! Viva! Viva Winnie Mandela, viva! Viva! Viva Mother of the Nation, viva! Viva! Thank you very much. Over to you, Honorable Jesse. The President, who I should give time for her to make her way. Thank you. The President, Dr. Thokozani Kupe, the Vice President, Mr. Honorable Obed Gutu, Chairman, Bebe. The list is quite long, and I know that you had to brave the rains, so I think I will stop at there and say all protocols observed. I'm also aware that we've got people from other parties, esteemed colleagues. Let me recognize you. I would like to recognize those from the different stakeholders whom I probably am not aware of. But in a special way, I do want to mention the Women's League, because I think sometimes we tend to be forgotten. All the women who are here, can I please salute you? And in another special way, the youth who are here, I'm very, very, very appreciative of your attendance here. Yes, I really want to recognize you, because some parties abuse the youth, but here I see an engaged youth. The President was very right to actually recognize the women who have been voted. I want to reciprocate by calling forward all the men who have been voted with the women to come and stand with me here. I would like to recognize them. If you can come and stand with me, all of you. On behalf of these men, I want you to get it from me, and when I'm done with my speech, I think you know that it takes a man to share a stage with a woman like me. It means you are real men. I want to emphasize that real men have come to MDC-T and have seen that here you are real men. Real men are not afraid of firebrands. They are not afraid of powerful women. So on behalf of everybody, we would not have been saying we've chosen Kupe today if you men had not put the national agenda in front and loved this nation and looked for a leader and not for a gender. So I want to thank you from the depth of my heart as the one leading
institutions of women in the whole of the SADC region, that on behalf of all of us women, we want to assure you, when you put us in power, we put you in power. Because women, we give birth to all of you. Nobody would be here without us. Nobody would be here without us. So rest assured, you are very safe. In Kupe, you have a person who leads from the third space. That is the space of the we, not the space of the I. So thank you so much for what you've done, gentlemen. I'm very, very impressed. And actually, you look more manly than those wimps who are afraid of us strong women. Thank you. I'm going to start my speech by saying, Semadzimai emu Zimbabwe takapirira zvakanaka. Semadzimai emu Zimbabwe takamirira zvakanaka. Kurema kwazvo kunoda madzimai, kurema kwazvo kunoda madzimai. Hazvina mbosva kana zorema, takamiri zvakanaka. Hazvina mbosva kana zorema, takamirira zvakanaka. O kurema kwazvo kunoda madzimai, kurema kwazvo kunoda madzimai. Thank you very much. That song is dedicated to all the women leaders in this country, regardless of party that you are. I think, as you can see, I'm not a stranger to Zimbabwe. I've grown up here, 20 years in this country. In fact, there is a time when I became such a thorn in the flesh to the president in my country, he actually deported me to here. He said he had never seen such madness. He thought I should be from somewhere else. I said, no, I'm Malawian. I'm just the kind of Malawian who stands on her ground. And the reason is simple. If there's something I took from Zimbabwe, it is to stand up for what you believe in. I want to start off by expressing my condolence for the loss of Comrade Morgan Changirai. I'm not going to belabor, but trust me, my entry into politics came from leading the academic freedom struggle as a union president. So I'm very well aware of leaders born from the labor movement. And I'm happy that today I'm also addressing a leader born from the same crucible. So I want to say, on behalf of the continent, and I would say the whole world, we mourn with you. You've lost a person who contributed a lot. We also know that whatever he did not do it alone. It was with you. So we are offering condolences to the right place. Secondly, I want to thank you for inviting me just after we've buried Winnie Mandela, whom I call a mountain warrior. For me, I speak openly here to say she was not just a firebrand, but a woman who gave people like me not only permission, but the formula to stand up and fight injustice, even when most around you are actively and openly betraying and pushing you down, hating you for your strength and courage, expecting you to apologize for being a strong woman. Winnie Mandela, a mountain has fallen, a warrior has crossed over to the ancestor world. We will not forget you. I also want to thank you for inviting me at a time when I myself am facing challenges of constitutionalism. I'm very, very grateful that I've come here to see the product of a leader born out of a constitutional process. Not someone concocted in someone's house or with some friends. A politician is supposed to be a product of the people. not a figment of someone's imagination. Neither should someone be a product of power relations or a decision to say, I've decided that I'm going to be your president. There's nothing like that. MDC is not kitchen property. This is not something that someone can just decide, I'm going to lead. Anyone who does that is belittling you, the people of MDC-T. Anybody who does that is infantilizing you as the owners of this party. Your leaders are your servants. You produce them. They are not your bosses. And if any of us ever think we are bigger than you, we have no place, no moral place to be called whatever position. I want to make it very, very clear. To me, I am addressing from the podium, but to tell you the truth, you are the bosses. If MDC-T gets into government, it will be because of you. The ideals that we stand for, I'm not going to take very long, are very simple. Today, we are presenting Thokozani Kupe as president. I want you to understand, she embodies you. In other words, anybody who questions this process is questioning you. So be your own policeman of your constitution. Hold that person accountable and tell them, which part of my membership are you questioning? Thokozani Kupe is just a habija. You are the owners. So, I want to present to you today that after you sat down and discussed, you presented Thokozani Kupe. And for us women, I come from a country that produced the first woman leader in the SADC region, Dr. Joyce Banda. And one mistake, she was being treated like she's killed, I don't know how many people, and buried. And people will tell you, you know, she was not a good leader, so we are going to we will never vote for a woman. There's a weird thing in this continent, and I would say globally. One woman, in fact a woman makes one mistake, it is said to be applying to all women. It's unfair, it's wrong. Right now, the whole world called America is being ruled by someone who has made mistakes more than I can count. If you talk about Donald Trump, I don't even know what he's going to do next. But I've never heard anyone say it means men must never rule the country. No. So what I ask of you, judge Thokozani Kupe the way you judge every leader. Do not expect her to do what is impossible. And remember, she will fight with the energy that you give her yourselves. She is going to throw the punches depending on the strength that you give her. If you are quiet, because remember she's your servant, do not say, if it was so and so. No, she is your product, and she will embody the force with which you load in her. And one problem with democracy